Breaking news with Paul Toole.
Hello and a very warm welcome. The Cal League, the first Crip softball league in Los Angeles, presents its coffee table book of 500 Black Unity pictures by author L.A. Nutt. The Cal League uplifting families, communities and ending the sickness of gang violence that has plagued black communities for over 50 years. The Cal League players, former Crips on 11 teams, backed by their communities, create a safer environment for all LA communities. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.
What makes you righteous? You see, I don't smoke, I don't drink. I won't fornicate and I won't commit adultery. I don't smoke dope. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. And I say all my prayers every day. And I give whatever I can in charity. Yes, sir. And what else do you do? But what do you mean, what else? Is there something else? That's nothing. That's vanity. So you don't smoke, so what? So you don't drink. You don't use drugs. So what? What are you doing to better the condition of others? What are you doing to reform where you live? And if you do nothing to reform society with the knowledge you have received, then you are guilty of concealing knowledge. And that is a cardinal sin.
Y'all have got to watch this.
You know, I seriously don't understand why I have to constantly put up with these dumbasses here every day. Between these ungrateful black kids who can't test their way out of a paper bag, or these teachers who don't get it, how hard is it to get these students to meet their grade level expectations? Lawrence and Ravenel should have never been hired. And don't let me get started on DJ. I'm going to drag his black ass out of here one way or another. I'm going to get something to stick. I'm just so sick of the inadequacies of these people. And if I have to get one more complaint from one more Jew in this community, I'm going to join the other side.
No. Don't you worry. Nikki Haley came out the other day and she told us that America is not a racist country. And don't forget, Tim Scott told us a few years ago the same thing. America is not a racist country. So, yeah, we good.
Black people the only self-destructive race that there really is in America, gang. Y'all gotta stop doing this shit, bro. We gotta realize that we can't help each other. We are the only race that don't help each other, gang. Like, realistically, if you look at Asians in America, bro, they got communities together. They got Chinatown. If you look at Mexicans, bro, Mexicans, they hire each other. They got landscaping businesses, bro. They do everything together. Black people are the only people who would rather spend money with other people. This is why we're fucking broke, bro. It's nobody's fault but our own. We can blame the system. We can blame other people. You still spend money with the fucking system. You still go to work every day, bro. You can't even organize a strike. You can't organize a fucking community event, bro. Black people are some of the most dysfunctional people in the entire fucking world. Black Americans, you understand? We have no sense of unity, and that needs to change. And that's exactly why I get on this app and start talking to y'all. And it's not just Black Americans that come in there, but specifically for you young niggas that look like me. You understand? I want you to see another example of somebody that got something going for themselves that's not a rap.
First thing is manifestation.
Manifestation.
The law of attraction.
Law of attraction.
Crystals.
Crystals.
burning sage, secular music, pornography, tarot card, witchcraft, divination, worshiping or praying to the universe, serving any other false god, lowercase g. Come on. Astrology, horoscopes, claiming the zodiac sign, abortion, evil eyes, the hamster, which is the hand with the eye in the middle, going to mediums, going to psychics, angel numbers. These are all like new age occultism. Well, you shouldn't be doing yoga.
Somebody know what they're talking about. We ain't gonna go to. Somebody know what they're talking about. Keep going.
You shouldn't be doing yoga.
Yes.
You shouldn't have dream catchers.
Yes.
You shouldn't have spirit guides.
Yes.
Meditation.
Absolutely.
And yes, that's the list that we have.
Absolutely. So I want a lot of you guys to understand something, that these things are demonic. The Bible gives us very clear instructions on what not to indulge in. Many people are using these things today in certain
you take this freaking pad out right here, you see it?
Yes, sir.
See the pad?
Yes, sir.
Now, like I'm telling you, these don't need change, you understand? Yes, sir. These are fine. See how thick that is right there? Yes, sir. If it needed to be changed, it would be way lower, like it would be way close down. So you got a lot of thickness right there. That's how much thickness you got right there, you understand? Yes, sir. You got plenty of time, but that's how you replace them. You replace it the same way you take it out, you understand?
Yes, sir.
You put it right back in the same exact way, you understand?
Yes, sir.
That's how you gonna do that. You're gonna put that bad boy in just like that. Boom, your brakes have been replaced, you understand?
Hey man, welcome to the show. I'm your host, Dr. Crip. First off, please like, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. We back again just to fill your ears with some more, of what we got going over here. We can't lead nobody down a dark road. We can't lead nobody, into a corner and tell them they ain't got no way to get out. That ain't what this show over here is about. First off, I hope everybody had a good Father's Day weekend, all that good stuff. I hope everybody, embraced their loved ones, their kids, or your father or whoever. And, if you had a bad day with the, dealing with the Father's Day because of a passing of your father or your son or daughter, shouts out to you. I know a lot of people, have to deal with that stuff still to this day. So, I like to give a real shout out to them, especially the fathers that was really out here handling their business and their kids got gunned down, by a stray bullet or, behind an incident that could have been worked out, talked out, just, senseless killings, man, the black youth. But it was a lot of good stuff right there in that opening right there, man. Just make you sit and think. Them young kids talking about, like I already knew, tarot cards and people do all this tarot cards. I got people in my family that do all that stuff. Horoscopes, tarot cards and all that. And I just be looking like, you just don't really understand. And they don't think nothing is really wrong with it. Like, man, I hope one day you get to, understand and go read, that book to tell you what is all good and bad for you. Yoga, I did not know that. That was something new to me right there. But I tell you what, I would believe black youth like that I know that's out here trying to make a change, a positivity. Now, I will go research it myself, though, but, I have to research yoga because I'm a researcher. I love research. I have to do the research. Once I do the research and I find out what it is, it's over with, which I ain't never did yoga anyway, but I do know yoga is some form of meditation or whatever. And they did say meditation. I'm like, meditation, that's bad too? Like, man, you got to do some more research to find out what's going on, because if all this stuff is bad like that, because he tell you the only thing you're supposed to believe in is me. I would take you out of all that. You don't need to do no meditating. You don't need to do no yoga. Eat right, exercise, believe in me, the Most High, you know, and I got you. I could believe that. I could deal with that. I'm good with that one right there. But a lot of stuff on there I kind of already knew a little bit, you know, because like most black people, when you go to jail, you know, instead of just reading books, you know, the gangster books, and you know, Donald Goins is one of my favorite authors, you know. You do try to get the Bible in. And I do remember specifically when I was fighting my kidnap, robbery, attempted murder, I was really reading that Bible, you know, a lot of the time. Once I read it once, I said, you got to read it again. And then when I read it again, you know, I read it again. So I read it at least two, maybe three to four times while I was in there them whole 2 years fighting that case. So I do remember I did retain a lot of information from that Bible during that time. But you got to prepare yourself when you get on the outside to do a lot of reading as well. But I want to welcome everybody to the show. You know, I'm Dr. Crip, and we just back again, man, talking about the summer because it's here. The violence is here again. And we already know what's going on. You feel me? We already know that it's already starting. Just all you got to do is look at the news and see what's going on out here. A couple of pool parties been shot up, you know, graduation pool parties. Like, man, come on, black people can't. How are these people coming? Like, what are you doing here? People, when they need to have these parties, if you having a graduation party and it's your child, and it's a graduation for your child, if your child can't regulate his guest list of who to come, or I don't know these kids, or whatever the case may be, these kids don't need to be involved in the atmosphere of the party. Now, because you know you're gonna get the flack of this our hood. Oh my God. So you already know you're dealing with the potential butthole. You know what I'm saying? This our hood. This ain't no party. This a graduation party. You ain't invited to that. So you already need to know to be on point for that. And how to like try to deal with those situations. Like, look, check this out. This is what I'm gonna do for y'all. Y'all can't come to this party because y'all not invited to this graduation party. But what I'm going to do for you is I'm finna give you some plates. And y'all can take these plates and y'all can go on about your business. Is that okay? You got to wait outside. You can't come in. Woo. And here, if that's not okay, then you may have to handle your business. But, you know, for these kids to be pulling up to these graduation parties and shooting them up and all this other stuff, just let you know what kind of society that we living in far as the black community, because you ain't gonna hear about none of this in these other communities, Asians, Jews, you know, Pacific Islanders. You don't hear all this shoot them up and all this. Only gang violence or violence that you hear when it comes to graduations and all this other stuff is black people. Now, I seen one time the dude, he just jumped on the stage. There was a white parent. He wouldn't let his daughter or somebody shake the black principal hand because of what the black principal he felt done. Now, you got situations like that, but he didn't shoot it up. You know, black people have a thing with these guns where they shooting up these kid parties and all that. So it's like real. That's why it's like, man, then when you find out your son, your daughter is the one that did this, now you saying, oh, I didn't raise my son, I didn't raise my daughter like that. They should know better. Your daughter went over to this party, to this girl graduation party that she been picking on all year because her family is over here and she pulling up want to destroy this girl graduation. But you didn't even graduate. You got to go to summer school to graduate. Or you got to repeat another grade to graduate. You ain't even worried about yourself, but you running around here trying to tell your grandmama and your mama you want a car because you out of high school now and all that. You want a prom and all that. Man, I wouldn't give a prom to no kid. I don't care what you did. If you ain't walking in that house showing me report cards that you graduating, don't even fix your mouth to ask me for a prom. I don't care about no prom. You ain't even graduating. And a lot of these parents are doing that. You know, when it comes deep down, it's like, little Marcus didn't graduate, but he got a big prom. His daddy went and renting him a Bentley and all that, but he didn't even walk the stage. He got to go to summer school. He need to repeat the 12th grade again to get 4 more credits. So, you know, you got these kids out here, you know, they spoiled, and then some of them their parents can't spoil them, so they're going out in the streets trying to get it. And I understand it's a balance with that, and it's just, you know, it's just a situation that Black people we in with our youth. And that's why I say no more initiation, no more in 24, no more none of that. Hey, Westside Life. Hello, Dr. Crip. I don't know why the gangs won't end the sickness. Summer violence has begun. Shaking my head. Yeah, I know. That's that, and you already know what it is. You know, it's here. And now we got to deal with this as parents. You know, imagine you throwing a graduation party for your son, your daughter, and they get killed at it, or somebody die at the graduation party. Can you imagine this? And you know for a fact that your son, your daughter ain't in the gang, just popular, you know, but here it comes, the attraction of these other people. So, you know, we got to look, you know, I don't even know what to say about that, because it's something that's going on out here that we got to look into that. You know, it's hard enough that the Black kids is already the minority at the schools. It's at these schools, these high schools now, the Black kids is 6%. They 5%. We not even the majority like that no more, because it's so many charter schools, there's so many this and that, and then it's gangs. At the end of the day, kids is hanging out, kids is doing all the negative stuff that they don't need to do. You know, and you see what this lady said. Look at the people that's already. So we already in an uphill fight. You see what this dude's did? I'm tired of these Black kids because they, you know, they can't pass a test, they can't do nothing, you know. And we got these type of people that we hope and teach our kids. And this dude is a principal or administrator of some sort, talking to Black kids like that, you know, and he hate his own color of people, the Jews and all this other stuff. So why is this dude even in charge of my child? You know, why is this guy even talking to my kid about anything? You know, that makes me think about Malcolm X when the teacher told him, no, Malcolm, you need to think about being a janitor or something. You don't need to think about being an attorney. Think of something more realistic. That's what kind of dude that is, you know? And this is why Black people, no matter how hard it is, no matter what's going on, all these gang intervention and prevention programs, these grassroots organizations, everybody need to get on one accord and say, we don't need no more gang members. We do not need no more Crips. We do not need no more Bloods. California need to take the role for that, because if everybody followed us out the gate with the negativity, you know, we need to set another, like, hey man, listen, we ain't putting nobody else on gangs out here. All the gangs need, you see what's going on with all these hood days. Just look, these is the people that's leading your kids. If your kid join a gang, just look. All you got to do is look at social media. Look at all the stuff that's going on. Look how it done flipped. Look how it done flipped. We don't need no more, man. We don't need no more gang members. We don't need no more people trying to tell our kids how to go bust, how to go shoot, what the hood politics is, what it is. It's just dysfunctionality. Nothing is organized. It's all dysfunction. You heard what that young dude said. You heard what that young brother said, and he a young dude. Man, everything is dysfunctional. And we going to feel it. If you don't think we going to feel it by 24 and 25, wait till 2030, man. Blacks is going to have a hard time because our kids ain't learning. So I got to give a shout out to everybody on that's kicking knowledge, that's trying to uplift the black youth, you know, that's trying to show them something, man, like that dude was showing them kids about them breaks. You know, get these kids, let them learn how to do something early. You know, one of them kids right there looking at that dude, teaching them how to change them brakes. He may go to school, graduate, can't find a job, but he know how to do these brakes. And he could just go around the neighborhood. Hey, man, I'm doing the brakes. I got to do your brakes. And he can make $100, $200 a day doing that and build him a business. But if these kids don't know nothing but smoking blunts, sipping lean, I'm finna go hit a flock, you know, of 18 chains. I need a foreign. Yeah, I'm finna go buy the 08 Benz from this lady. You know, that's the only thing they learning, man. And we need to cut that out. We need to cut that out. You know, this is what's happening to our youth right in front of our face. They dying, man. It is hard for these parents to come see their kids on the ground cold. Once the gunshot rings out, everybody is running. And your child is the one who got hit with the bullet. Guess what? Your child is the one that's laying out there cold. Police walking around laughing, ain't because they deal with this every day. It's not even serious to them. You pull up in a car screaming because your life has come to an end, because your child life has come to an end. And police is just looking like, you know, and nothing we could do. It's just, you know, what your child was doing out here. That's the way they looking at it. Like, why was your child even out here? You know, your child ain't innocent. And your child was just there riding in a car with his or her friends, and they just wanted to see the donuts in the streets. They just wanted to see the cars doing donuts. And guess what? They wasn't ready for when the kids was going to shoot at each other. And now your child, your daughter is on the ground cold. Life expired. Your worst nightmare. Your child was set to graduate. Your child was going to play basketball. Your child was going to play football. Your child had a promising education in front of him or her. And now guess what? Because she made a bad decision, he made a bad decision to jump in the car to go to Crenshaw, Van Ness, Normandy, Dinker, Western, Fig, Broadway, San Pedro to watch donuts in the street. Now he or she is dead. And they don't think nothing of it. Well, man, I can't babysit my kid all day, man. I got a life. I can't babysit my, you know, that when she said she was going to the thing, man, I'm like, who you with? She said she was with some girls that I like, I approve. But, you know, you should have just said what was on your mind. Baby, I don't want you to go to stuff like that. I refuse. And if you put me in this situation, I'm not going to allow you to keep going places trusting you. I'm not worried about trusting you. I'm worried about trusting the other people that's out there because they parents don't have control over them. They parents don't have control over them with the guns that's in their house. So this dude coming out here because he got a gun in his pocket, guess what? He think he bad now. Oh, oh, that's that buster ass nigga I see. Hey, hey, I'm finna go do something. Excuse me. That's that buster ass nigga. I'm finna go trip on him. And he don't know nothing about no gun. He wanna try to shoot, and he's shooting at this dude, don't even know how to shoot, and it hit 2 other people before he even touched this dude. And one of them was your son and daughter, and guess what? Now they cold on the ground. And all they wanted to do was just go see the donuts in the atmosphere. So you can't even let your kids go to an atmosphere of negativity. You got to understand that going to the atmosphere of negativity will have your child not come back in certain situations. And you need to explain to your son, your daughter, to say, listen, I don't want you attending that. Can we come to the agreement of you going somewhere else? Is it somewhere else that you can go? If you want to hang out and have fun, is it somewhere else that you can go? Let's talk about all the places you can go and do. Because I don't want you at the donuts on Sunday. I don't want you over there at that. You know, I don't want you going there because these things always end up negative. Now the police surrounded it. They taking cars. They got tracking devices on cars. They doing everything. So you got to try to figure out how to work this situation with your son or daughter with these kids, because that's all I'm concerned about. I ain't concerned about no 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. That ain't my problem. They going to have to deal with that with either Jesus or that penitentiary. That's how they going to end up having to deal with that. Now, we could put a little faith that, hey, let's try to bring the violence down. I understand that, but these dudes ain't listening to none of that. Then we paying the influencers. The influencers are getting paid through gang invention to influence the violence to be brought down. But how they look at it is that I get paid to gangbang. They pay me for being from the hood now. That's how they looking at it. They not looking at it, oh, okay, we had neighborhood. It was a little squabble. So I'm going to bring that down anyway. We're supposed to do that anyway. Why we got to pay you to do that? We're supposed to pay you to say, don't put no more kids on that game. That's supposed to be your number one agenda. Do not initiate no more kids on a game. Why y'all can't just tell them that and say, man, listen, you mean to tell me you could pay this dude to say, oh, he an influence from his hood to bring down violence, but his influence can't stop his hood from putting on 12, 13, 14, and 15-year-olds? Come on, man, it's a problem with that. I have a problem with that. Because you know why? The influencers was right there, letting them get put on and like, hey, yeah, you're going to be such and such, blood. You're going to be such and such, cuz. Don't worry about it. Just stay out of trouble, homie. Whoopty, whoopty, whoop. I'm going to give you my alias name. That's why. That's why it's hard to hire these dudes in their 20s to be gang interventionists and prevention and grid workers and ambassadors, because they ain't learned nothing yet. Those jobs should go to people that's in their 40s and up. That's who's supposed to be getting those jobs. I don't trust no gang member that's in his 20s that call himself a grid worker, an ambassador, or anything like that. I do not trust that, because they are still with the business, straight up. And they putting your kids on the hood. They like, yeah, hey, let him lock with. They over there giving instructions and all that. Straight up. That's what's really going on with your kids and these grid workers, ambassadors, grassroots organization, intervention workers, and all that. If you can influence a shooting to be stopped, that means you can influence this dude not to get put on the hood, come back when you 18. Well, I'm gonna put him on because he just gonna go somewhere else and get put on. That's the way they think. So he might as well be from the hood so we can control him at least, and I can tell him what to do and how to look out for him. Man, please. Is that what this is about? We just gonna continue to let 12 and 13-year-old kids get put on? That's what they out here doing. It shouldn't be no more gang members right now. Period. It shouldn't be no more at these funerals. Look at these funerals. You got 12-year-old, 13, they popping up with khaki suits, west side, east side. Yeah, rest in peace. 2 fingers in the thumb. Yeah, the big B, all that on the back of their shirts. Did you leave out the house like that at 12? At 13 and 14? Did you leave out the house like that? That's what's really going on. And I can't control him, man. He doing what he want to do, man. He won't listen to me. I beat the hell out of mine. I'm telling you what I'm going to do. I ain't going for it. I'm going to leave this planet. That's just the way I think. That's just me. But I know there's some other parents out there. I know there's some other homies out there for sure. And they gang intervention workers and all that. That's like, no, listen, man, he better not say blood. I better not never hear that dude say blood. That dude better not ever say blood around me. He better not be hanging with them dudes because it's going down. Because we up against a fight. If people don't understand that, man, it's just what it is. We up against a fight, man. They taking our youth and they destroying them every single day. It ain't even a generation no more. Do you know do people even know what a generation is? A generation is a decade. It used to be 20 years. But it ain't even that no more. Right now, and I'm saying this for the 90s, and I'm pretty sure it's like that in a whole bunch of other neighborhoods. Man, you could be from this hood today. Is 20, you got put on and doing 2020, and it's 2024. Guess what? Right now, you got shots. You can call DPs. You could do whatever you want. You could go run up on G's. Shut up. Hey, cuz, check this. Man, please knock it off. 10 years don't even mean nothing no more. People running up on G's in 1 year. This dude only been from the hood 15 months. And he think he got all the answers in the world. That he can run up on homies, talk to homies crazy, shoot homies, do whatever. Because that's the way gangs is now. Ain't no organization, ain't no loyalty like that, ain't none of that. All rules and regulations is out the window. Ain't no such thing as wait till it's a shot caller, this and that. Man, it's so confusing over there. My shooting caused a whole lot of issues over there. Because I wasn't supposed to get shot. This dude don't even got 10 years in my hood. And he wasn't even doing nothing. You ain't got no money. Your name wasn't ringing in the county like that. None of that. But you shooting G's. Whatever issue, he went straight past trying to lock with me because I would have beat the brakes off you, If you would have walked up to me and said, hey, big homie, I need that. You in my business. I would have beat you. Oh, that's why they say somebody paid them the snitches. They wanted me out the way. I was holding up progress. All the snitches is trying to come back. But that's what you got going on. So, and if it's like that in the 90s, trust and believe it's like that in every other hood. Disrespectful people that think they run their neighborhood because they daddies, they brothers, they uncles, some of them they mamas, aunties, or whatever. Just ain't no organization, no nothing. People that's in charge turning other cheeks when people killing homies because you got knocked out. You go push up on another homie and you get knocked out, and then you pull out a gun and try to shoot him and end up killing another homie. Ain't you supposed to die for that? This homie you killed was not a part of this. Why are you still even around? I don't even understand that. But this is hood. This is what we got going, So miss me with all that. What a gang is do for you, for me, my child, or none of that. You need to go the distance, 100, if your child call herself being in a gang at 12, 13, 14, 15. I don't care what you're going through. Because at the end of the day, guess what? That child is not going to turn out. It ain't going to happen. Obviously, we already know he wasn't in school because he had teachers like this, and then we weren't going to teach him at home, So it's a double-sided sword we dealing with. You got a messed up home and you got a messed up school education. So it's just all right for the kid to just come out and join a dysfunctional gang like the 90s and other gangs, because they not the only gang that's dysfunctional and unorganized. You know how many snitches is out here right now? You know how many snitches is out here running gangs right now? You know how many busters it is that's running gangs right now? Because don't nobody know their history, and they just out here. Oh, you the big homie. You and don't none of these generations out here know that, man, you got socked and ran and broke out the park 20 years ago. You didn't turn down phase from this dude. Don't nobody know. Hey, if people knew all that, we wouldn't even listen to him no more. You feel me? If somebody was to ask me, yeah, I tell you every single person. I seen this dude get socked and run. I seen this dude get socked out. I seen this dude get his stuff took. I heard about this dude in the county getting beat up, turning down fades. I heard this dude, every time he go to jail, he back a Muslim or a Christian. If people knew all this, it would make a big difference in what people go through out here with these gangs. If people researched every single person and knew everything about the people who they call and big homie, you may have a small percentage of people that, that's in a category that's straight, but for the majority, oh no. This dude done got socked out before. This dude always talking about how he was banging since he was 7 and 8 years old. And then all of a sudden he talking in front of the wrong person, and the person say, Nick, me and you go right now and go put in some work. All in front of, and now when you get in the car with this dude and say, hey man, why me and you getting into it? I ain't because you don't want to get caught for no. But you a big G homie. You'll tell the rest of these young dudes, I'm your G homie. If people knew all this information, maybe the gangs would people wouldn't be joining as much. But that information would never be known. It's up to people like me to put it out there. And I might start putting it out there because I know dirt on every single homie from 98%, 90%, And I ain't talking about the dirt of, this and that. I'm talking about the basic dirt. You a buster, you a snitch, and you a snitch. The dirt that matter. You know what I'm saying? Hey, And that is the truth, because that's the only way you can help take the gang from the children, to let them know, to say, hey man, do you know that the guy that brought you over there, that he is a buster himself? He telling you to do all this stuff, but don't you know that when he got put on, he was running? He was fighting like this. Don't you know that this dude, he was getting the DP and he was squabbling? There's one person. They just said, you DP him. And he got hit in the eye. Oh, wait a minute. I got hit in the eye. Hold on. Man, wait. And walked to the car and left. Hey, but he'll go somewhere else and be like, man, you a buster. Hey, man, hey, you a straight mark. Hey. These are the people that these kids is looking up to, and they do not know the truth. They don't know the truth. So it is time for these gang interventionist people to come together, man, and start trying to do something positive with these kids. Let me let you see this one more time. I have to let you see this again.
Y'all have got to watch this.
I seriously don't understand why I have to constantly put up with these dumbasses here every day. Between these ungrateful black kids who can't test their way out of a paper bag, or these teachers who don't get it, how hard is it to get these students to meet their grade level expectations? Lawrence and Ravenel should have never been hired. And don't let me get started on DJ. I'm going to drag his black ass out of here one way or another. I'm going to get something to stick. I'm just so sick of the inadequacies of these people. And if I have to get one more complaint from one more Jew in this community, I'm going to join the other side.
No. Don't you worry. Nikki Haley came out the other day and she told us that America is not a racist country. And don't forget, Tim Scott told us a few years ago the same thing. America is not a racist country.
That black dude.
So, yeah, we good.
Black people the only self-destructive race that there really is in America, gang. Y'all gotta stop doing this shit, bro. We gotta realize that we can't help each other. We are the only race that don't help each other, gang. Like, realistically, if you look at Asians in America, bro, they got communities together. They got Chinatown. If you look at Mexicans, bro, Mexicans, they hire each other. They got landscaping businesses, bro. They do everything together. Black people are the only people who would rather spend money with other people. This is why we're fucking broke, bro. It's nobody's fault but our own. We can blame the system. We can blame other people. You still spend money with the fucking system. You still go to work every day, bro. You can't even organize a strike. You can't organize a fucking community event, bro. Black people are some of the most dysfunctional people in the entire fucking world. Black Americans, you understand? We have no sense of unity, and that needs to change. And that's exactly why I get on this app and start talking to y'all. And it's not just Black Americans that come in there, but specifically for you young niggas that look like me. You understand? I want you to see another example of somebody that got something going for themselves that's not a rap.
First thing is manifestation. The law of attraction. Crystals. Burning sage. Secular music. Pornography. Tarot card. Witchcraft. Divination. Worshiping or praying to the universe. Serving any other false god, lowercase g.
Come on.
Astrology. Horoscopes. Claiming the zodiac sign.
Absolutely.
Abortion. Evil eyes. The hamster, which is the hand with the eye in the middle. Going to mediums. Going to psychics. Angel numbers. These are all like new age occultism. Well, you shouldn't be doing yoga.
Somebody know what they're talking about. We ain't gonna go to somebody know what they're talking about. Keep going.
You shouldn't be doing yoga.
Yes.
You shouldn't have dream catchers.
Yes.
You shouldn't have spirit guides.
Yes.
Meditation.
Absolutely.
And yes, that's the list of it.
Absolutely. So I want a lot of you guys to understand something, that these things are demonic. The Bible gives us very clear instructions on what not to indulge in. Many people are using these things today in certain
You take this freaking pad out right here, you see it?
Yes, sir.
Like pad? Yes, sir. Now, like I'm telling you, these don't need change, you understand? Yes, sir. These are fine. See how thick that is right there? Yes, if it needed to be changed, it would be way lower. Like it would be way close down. So you got a lot of thickness right there. That's how much thickness you got right there. You understand? You got plenty of time, but that's how you replace them. You replace it the same way you take it out. You understand? Yes, you put it right back in the same exact way. You understand? Yes, that's how you gonna do that. You're gonna put that bad boy in just like that. Boom. Your brakes have been replaced. You understand?
Love teaching kids. 14-year-old Leia Ellen invents new watch. Kudos to her. She got some good parents on her side right there. She got some real good parents. That's what you got to do. If you ain't help teaching these kids and you out here gang banging in your 50s and your 60s and all that, I ain't got nothing to say to you, homie. If you in your 50s and your 60s and all you talking about, hey man, mine's just straight. I ain't worried about nothing. I'm good. But your child is a gang member and all that because he know how to sell drugs or he know how to do this, he know how to rob, steal, and he done made some money and all this stuff, and he doing pretty good for himself. You taking that as you did a good job raising your kid. Man, knock it off. You know? And that's why you still in your 50s and 60s, still with your golf hat, with your Charlie Brown shirt on and all. Man, knock it off. You know? You ain't taking the time to teach no other kids something, you know. At least don't let the grandbabies be a gang member. Stop them from doing it, you know. One move away. Hey, Dr. Crip, no more in 24 all year long. LOL. Hey, yeah, I feel that one move away. I see a lot of podcasts about LA County Jail. Yours with Jim Brown, crazy. Hey, look, I mean, you know what? It is what it is. See, because I knew, listen, one move away, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you something straight up, and I can care less whatever people say. You know, them riots in 2005, whenever them riots took place, people don't have no clue of what that was really about. I'm going to tell you what that was really about. Listen to me. People can say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You wasn't there. No, I wasn't in the county jail during that time. No, I was not. But I'm going to tell you something, how something that affected you in the county jail, whether I was there or not. Now, let me tell you something. When I turned down that $5,000 a month that Jim Brown in the American program wanted to pay me to go inside the jail to speak, I told him, no, I can't do that because I'm not built like that. I don't deal with the police in no hand-to-hand like that. Ain't no snitching, ain't no me working with the police and this and that or none of that. I got a buffer with all that. Anytime I got to do something with some police or something, it's a buffer in between me and those police. So I'm not dealing with no police like that. So I can't go to no jail where it's police at and try to teach somebody something about a curriculum because I can't walk into the county jail because I am Huster Nut from West Side rolling 9-0 neighborhood Crip. And if you know anything about the county jail in Los Angeles, drugs run everything. So I'm not finna walk in the county jail as a civilian because sooner or later, I'm going to shove drugs in my ass and I'm going to carry them inside the county jail. And when I see my homies in there or my brother or somebody who was in there at the time, I'm going to give them those drugs because people going to keep pressuring me until I break. And if I never break, guess what they're going to say? Oh, this nigga working with the police. Oh, he did see that. Excuse me. So I'm not doing none of that. I'm not even putting myself in a position to where I have to defend myself in any form or fashion when it comes to the police. I am not doing it. I'm not doing it. So Jim and them kicked me, Bo Taylor, Jim Brown, they kicked me out the clique. They said, you don't want to go to jail to talk and help people? We kicking you out the crew. So let me tell you what happened. They brought in the Mexican organization No Guns, ran by Hector Matakin out of Inglewood, Hawthorne, Inglewood. Now, he is straight Eminem. Now, when they hired him, he put the people that from his organization and other organizations, I believe Barrios Unidos or something like that. May not be Barrios Unidos, I'm not sure, but I believe it's Barrios Unidos, but I'm not sure. But whoever they was the American me Mexicans, the ones that got the comb on their hand and they comb their hair like this. It was them dudes with the tattoos with the codes in it and all that. Now, they put them dudes in my spot because I would not go. So let me tell you what happened with them. By the blood of La Raza, they got to smuggle drugs in there. Anytime Mexicans get an opportunity to smuggle drugs into the prison or county jail facility, they have to do it. If they do not do it, they will be penalized. And they penalties is cause for death. They will kill your mama, your brother, your son, your kids, your nephew. They will extort you. They're going to do something. You're going to regret telling them no. So guess what? You are going to do it. So they start smuggling drugs in the county jail. And guess what? They got caught on Baca watch. This is when Baca was in there. They got caught smuggling drugs in there. So now, when they got caught, Baca told Jim, look, man, these dudes got caught smuggling drugs in there, the whole nine. I don't want this to make it to the media because it's going to mess your program up. It's going to mess your name up and all that. So you got to kick these dudes out the program. And I don't need no more Mexicans coming in there like that. Them kind, you know? So Jim like, okay, for sure. So he told Bo, hey, man, you got to get rid of them Mexicans, dude, because they messing up the program. They done messed up the program. Now, the Mexicans and the blacks got to understand it. Why they teaching this American program, ain't no violence taking place in the county jail. Guess what? Ain't no violence taking place in the county jail. It's all good. All the crime, all that, you know, it's fights here and there. Always going to be a fight or two. But far as the tension and all that is gone. There ain't nothing popping in there. So check this out. As time going on, guess what happened? When Jim get to the thing, you know, he get down to the bottom of it. Bo handle his business. Woo. They get rid of No Guns and whoever organization they hire. Everything is done. So now the Mexicans, No Guns, guess what? They completed the first half of that contract. So they like, well, look, give us the other half of our money, which was either $75,000 or $150,000, which I believe was $75,000. So now Jim is like, nah, I ain't giving them nothing. So Bo got to go tell them. He got to go tell the Mexicans, man, Jim ain't woo. So now Bo get into it with No Guns. Unity One is now into it with No Guns. People who we had a relationship with for over close to 10 years, black and brown. We've been doing it with these dudes. So now this relationship has got strained because of them smuggling the drugs in there. So now they into it. They get into it. So now Professor Don Moore is driving the van. He got to take the van back. He don't know if they're going to do something to him. The Unity 1, all kind of stuff. It's tension everywhere. So now, Bo go back up to Jim house. So now, Bo said, well, look, since, you know, you ain't giving them that money, you know what I'm saying? Give me half of the money that you ain't giving them. Jim Brown looked at Bo and told him, man, I'm not giving you nothing either because you the one that brought them dudes to me that messed up my program. So I'm not giving you nothing either. Oh, what'd he do that for? Now the bush they hit the fan. So Bo is in the outrage. He whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. So they have the big meeting at Jim house. So Bo make it to, if you from Unity 1, we out of here. You pick a side, this and that. So guess what? Some people roll with Jim and some people roll with Bo. They had that fight at Jim Brown house. So now Bo leaves. It's F Jim Brown and he got issues with the Mexicans. So guess what? I've been out of the clique for over 6 months to a year now. They done kicked me out. Guess what I've been doing? Selling guns, dope, all kind of stuff. I'm the gun man at this time. Bo called me on the phone. And he tell me, man, I need to buy some burners. So I'm like, what? So I'm like, okay. Well, he didn't tell me that over the phone. He said, man, I need to holler at you about some of the tools that you got. So I said, okay, come to my office because I got an office on Western. So when he get to my office on Western, when he walk in the door, I hug him and I search him because I don't know if you wearing a wire or what, because the last conversation I had with you was, man, I can't, you doing too much. I hear you selling guns, this and that, man. You going to get caught, bring Unity 1 down, all this and that. So I don't know if you telling or what's going on with you. So I search you. So he see I searching him. So he like, man, it's like that. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. Well, so he lift his shirt up, make sure he ain't wearing no wire and all this. So I'm like, man, what's happening? Why are you trying to buy all these guns? I sell him 2K and 4 handguns. So I said, you know what? What's up with all this? Why are you buying all these burners? So he break the whole story down to me. So I said, man, you and Jim Brown is playing with people's lives, man, in the county jail. Them Mexicans ain't going for that, bro. You know they straight M&M. What's happening? Boom. He like, man, I know. So I'm just being prepared because I don't know what's going to happen. 4 or 5 months later, guess what? Mexicans realize they ain't finna get their money. They start the process. So now, homies from the east side, they seen the tension and they seen how everything was going. And they said, man, something ain't right. So guess what they did? They took off first. And boom, riot. LA County Jail, downtown LA County Jail, all the way to Wayside. Make the news and everything. Riots, all that is going up. Brothers in there can't go to sleep. Brothers in there can't do nothing. Guess who Baca end up calling and talking to? Tony Muhammad from the NOI. Nation of Islam go into the county. Ain't nobody supposed, you can't go into the county jail like that. Man, the nation went up in the county jail, made the sheriffs create separate dorms and all this for all the blacks to bring the violence down, to separate them. Tony Muhammad said, man, listen, when we open that door, when that sliding door opened and the brothers seen the nation standing on the other side, they start screaming, Allahu Akbar, and running to the other side. They have been up for 4 or 5 days, can't go to sleep or none of that. They running in the dorms. He said they were just falling out, going to sleep, man, because it was just too much. Every time they closed their eyes, the riots would kick off. And all that was caused behind gang intervention money between Bo Taylor and Jim Brown. I said it, yes. Puss the Nut or whoever I am. Dr. Crip. West Side Rolling 90s, all that. Yeah, that's a true story. How at a player, though? How much you let them 2Ks and them straps go for? Oh, I had package deals. I was getting everything from the state over, you feel me? And I would sell you a chopper. I would sell you a chopper and 4 handguns brand new for $2,000. $2,500 or something like that. Brand new out the pack. Had the whole neighborhood car up going. They was on my bumper. Rappers and everybody. It was popping, like going outdoors. You know what I'm saying? Everything was cracking. But that's what that county jail is, though. So that's why I always say we don't need non-affiliates in our business to handle stuff, man, because once non-affiliates get into our business and it's a business to them, whether they famous or not, you feel me? It's always an issue and an agenda with somebody else. And Crips and Bloods is always going to be the end result of the destruction. Homies in there was getting stabbed, getting scars across their face, and they have no idea why. They don't have a clue as to why them riots was going down. They think because, the Compton this and the East Side, that West Side, man, they don't got nothing to do with none of that. None of that. Jim Brown kept them people money. And the Eminem said, okay, you know what? Shots from the pen, orders was sent down to the county. You know how they get down? Man, blacks don't operate like that. Can't no blacks call no shot calls and all that. Now, they probably could do it in the 70s, in the 80s or something like that, but that's over with. You know, the Mexicans, the only one that still got that, hey, man, take off. It's time to take off. And that's exactly what they did. They took off on the blacks behind them not getting their money and them programming in that program, doing what they were supposed to do. So that's why that took place in there. You know what I'm saying? That's why that took place in there. And it don't have nothing to do with none of that other stuff that they talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's why that riot took place in the county jail during that time right there. Because them dudes, Jim and them cut them dudes, they cut them dudes check. And they was upset about their money getting cut out of that program because they got caught smuggling drugs in there. And Baca covered it up. He wouldn't let Jim go out like that because of his fame and fortune and all that. And he said, kick them dudes out the program and you ain't got no other problems. But when they kicked them dudes out the program, guess what? It started that riot because they wanted their money straight up. And they was entitled to have their money too because they had started the second half of that contract. So they wanted to get their money. Even if Jim would have gave them half of their money, they probably would have been content with that. But Jim didn't give him nothing. He didn't give them nothing, not one penny. And that's why they got upset, and that's why they took off. But the homies from the East Side, they seen it coming because they vets, and they took off first and just created the riots, and it went from there. And I told Bo, I said, man, don't you know? Man, my brother in there. If something happened to my brother, homie, I'm going to do something to you and Jim Brown. For real. They was in there. They'll tell you right now to this day. And that modules where the Air American program and all that, that's where it kicked off from. Inside of there. Wherever they was teaching them programs at, that's where the rise kicked off. So I don't know if it's the 2004, 05, 06, 03, whenever that main riot was during that early 2000 period. That's what that riot was about. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you say. That means nothing to me because it's bigger than what you think and what you know. It's a whole nother level to them riots. Straight up. Go ask Tony Muhammad. He'll tell you how they had to go inside there and save the brothers because old men was being found under mattresses dead. Everybody that they was killing, they was putting them, sticking them under mattresses, and they was being in there for 2-3 days and not knowing nothing. And the riot was kicking off in all the dorms through Wayside Supermax and all that. Man, that ain't no regular riot. That ain't no riot over this and that. Man, that's an orchestrated riot about something. And that's what it was about. Them dudes wanted their money. And it ain't nobody that could tell me different because I heard it from the horse's mouth, Bo Taylor. And I said, man, you know what? Y'all wrong for that, bro. You and Jim wrong for that. Y'all playing with the homies' lives out here, and they do not know it. Come on, man. Come on, man. This is real business. This real business. People don't understand how serious it can get when you do something with another race and it's a contract involved. And it's business, man. Once somebody do something, man, it becomes an issue. It becomes an issue, man, and that's what happened. All them dudes that lost their life. I hate to say it. But God gonna talk to both Jim and Bo about that. Jesus is gonna have a conversation about that. They'll say, man, listen, you know this old man don't got nothing to do with that. So that murder is going to somebody. That murder is on somebody's head. That murder is on somebody's head, man. Believe that. And they got mad at me because I turned down their little funky $5,000 because I said I'm not going to no county jail to do nothing because I sell drugs when I'm in the county jail. When I go get caught and I go to the county jail, I have crack in my ass. Straight up. Hooped all the way. And I get in there and I start grinding. And I knew if I walked into that county jail as a civilian to teach a course or a class to some gang members, they gonna say, Husta nut, what's happening? My man, especially, man, I had homies in there. Man, I had homies in there from 60s, from Menlo, from 40s that I get down with from Harlem. Come on, man. Real players out here, real money getters out here. Come on, man. East Coast, all kind of stuff. And you think I'm finna tell them dudes no to their face? Oh, man, I can't help you with that, bro. Let me teach you about this American program. They're going to be like, man, knock that off. Man, what's happening, man? Nigga, we need some heroin up in here, homie. I'm going to give you your money. But guess what? It doesn't matter who it is. As soon as I give it to you, we're going to have a good 6 months. And guess what? One day when I come in there, the sheriffs is going to say, hey, put your hands behind your back. They're going to say, put your hands behind your back. I didn't got caught. Because blacks cannot run no operation. Blacks cannot run. We see it with the pen and the phones and all that. Blacks cannot run no operation for no 4 year, 2 years, 3 years, or none of that. It's always go bad. It's always going to go bad, bro. And I'm not finna be in a position where I'm already in the county jail in my civilian clothes and get handcuffed inside the county jail where they ain't got to do no booking or nothing. Just put me in the cell. Man, is you crazy? Ain't $5,000 ain't nowhere good enough for me to go in there because I already knew what I was going to do. I was going to fold straight up, especially if I see my brother and he ain't going to be man, come on, man. Especially if I see this homie that's in there, man, they going to be on the phone. Yeah, Husty Nut, he coming through, so we ain't got to worry about nothing. It's all good, baby. I got that 2,000. Yeah. You know, woo. Man, come on. I'm not finna go do that. I'm not finna put myself in that position. You know, I'm not finna do it. I'm not finna put myself in a position to get caught, and I ain't finna put myself in a position where I can have these dudes calling me a buster and a snitch and none of that. I'm not going. And when I didn't go, they brought in no guns to fill my spot with 2 people. And one of them dudes, if not both of them, got caught smuggling drugs in there. It took them about 6 months, and they got caught smuggling the drugs in there. And guess what? I don't even think they arrested them dudes. Just kicked them out the county jail, told them they couldn't come back. But if it would have been me, they would have handcuffed me. Come on now. They'd have handcuffed me straight up. I wasn't going for it, homie. I can care less about that. I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always preach when it comes to Crips and Bloods, sometimes they need to talk to each other without no non-affiliates presence. Let them talk amongst each other. We can get a whole lot more done if we talk to each other, man. You know, if we communicate with each other, then we let dudes in our business to find out how they can help us and do this and that. And all gang interventionists, grid workers, ambassadors, they need to take heed to what I'm saying. Had these meetings for this summertime to bring this violence down. No non-affiliates in there. I'm talking about you too. Hey, you know, I've been from the hood. Hey, man, you know, I've been living over here all my life. All I know is 9-0. But you're not from 9-0. You do not have no name from 9-0. You never got put on 9-0. So you can't come to this meeting. I don't care who you are. Period. You're not from the east side. You're not from the west side. You just live over there your whole life, but you are not from that hood. You do not have a tattoo that say 9-0 on it. You don't have the enemies on your arms crossed out, on your neck, on your back. So you're not from that gang. Stop saying that. That's who I'm talking about that don't need to be at a meeting. It need to be only people that got a gang name. I'm such and such from this hood, period. Those are the people that need to have a discussion about this, what's going on right now, man. Then go out and deal with them type of people and other people that want to help and all that other stuff. Because people get information and messages confused. But if you talking to the horse's mouth, where you from? I'm from West Boulevard, homie. Oh, okay, for sure. Well, look, woo. And there need to be 2 West Boulevards. So every gang interventionist prevention or program, there need to be 2 people from that hood. So everybody can know and see, not just one person, 2 people. This is how you bring down violence during the summertime and focus on no more initiations, man. Don't put nobody else on. Straight up. Come on, man. This is not checkers. This is chess, man. And we lose every time there are people trying to help us in some form of fashion, because everybody has a hidden agenda at some point. Whether they want control of the money, whether they want to be the one who distribute the money, whether they want to be the one who organize, or whatever the case. We need to deal with people that got the gang name from that neighborhood, period. That's who need to be at this meeting, man. Not all these other people. That's how you get stuff done. That's how you get stuff done. That's one of the things I learned at Unity One. When we have meetings that's about the streets in the hood, there is nobody at them meetings but real gang members. That's it. We don't let nobody else. Oh, hey, who? Nah, hey man, go wait outside. Man, what you talking about, man? I'm from the hood. Nah, bro, check this out. You've been living over here your whole life. Your brother from the hood. You not from the hood. Go wait outside. And that make people upset when you talk to them like that. But that let people know where they stand too. Give a care who you know. Man, I know such and such, man. I know, man, I know such and such. Man, I've been with him all my whole life. Man, they ain't got nothing to do with it. You don't have a name from this gang, and you don't have that gang tattooed on your body. So go wait outside and let the gang members talk. Then you can come back in. Holla at a player, though. Supporting you and what you standing on is giving back to the community, too, in a real triple OG community service type of way. Hey, holla at a player, though. I appreciate it, man. But what I'm doing is just natural. You feel me? God put me in there. Anything I did, I didn't come up with none of that myself. I didn't think about gang intervention. I was a full-fledged gang member from 9-0. And it ain't that person over there that can tell me, oh, nut, you a hook, you a buster, this, that, whoopty-whoopty-whoop, all that, man, knock it off. Because anybody that say anything like that to me, guess what? You got some dirt on your name, and I'm going to tell it. My job was, when God chose me, he said, man, I'm finna make you a fixture. When he hooked me up with Unity One, that was his doing. And from then on, I just kept a passion for working in the community in my blood. That's it. You know, that's Jesus Almighty, man, taking control of that wheel, doing that to this day. That's why I got knowledge of gang intervention, you know, for over 25 years or whatever it is. You know, I started in 97. I started in 1997, and I came in high. I didn't start at no low level. I started at a high level, man, dealing with politicians and all type of stuff. What's his name? Nate Holden. Remember Nate Holden from the West Side? That was the guy right there. And Herb Wesson and all them. That's who I started with at the high level, you know, and eventually with Jim Brown and all them, you know. It came at a high level, you know. So I appreciate those words. I will accept them too. But my community involvement is through Jesus. That's where it started from, and that's where it's going to end, you know. And I just hope that he keep me on the path to tell the truth, because that's the only thing we can do is tell the truth, you know. Don't put blinders on these kids out here and let them stop telling these kids that gangs is this and that, and you a homie now trying to, oh, your name is Shady Blue now, Infant Blue, so you good, like that means something, like you got a name that's gonna validate you for the rest of your life, gonna get you a job. Gang members are lazy, homie. They think because you in a gang now that you can do whatever you want. You can go to jail when you want, and now your sister, your mama, your daddy, your brother, and all them got to run around here and take care of you, because guess what? That girl who you thought was on your side, she ain't on your side. Your homies who you thought on your side, they ain't on your side. They don't do that no more. They don't do that no more like they used to do in the 80s. You know, all the homegirls come down there and pull them dudes out, you know, and give a visit to everybody. Man, people don't think about none of that stuff no more. If you go to jail right now, you just sitting in jail. You know, that's it. You better have some money on your books, man, and pray that your family put money on your books. Because if you think you finna get it from your homies or your baby mama or any of that, that's out. Oh, I'm supposed to give you money because you in jail? What about your son? I can't give you $200. Your son got to need shoes. He going to school. So guess what you do? Man, go buy him some Payless. And scandalous, scandalous. Because once you in that county jail, what you talking about? I still got my receipts. Man, you can spend $3,000 in that joint, man, in less than a year, homie. What? Come on, man. Commissary is necessary. That's real talk, Holler. I'm telling you. Nick, get on the phone and sweat your mama. I seen him sweating his mama. Mama, I told you I just, hey, can you just give me $50? Man, your mama don't got. What you in jail for? Oh, we was in a high speed. And now your mama gotta. Where your wife at? Where your They ran off. Oh, she effing the homie. Come on, man. They not teaching the kids all this, man. I'm just saying, man. You know what, Holler at the Player, though? I didn't mean to keep y'all for long. Hopefully, I'm finna go watch the second half of this game, man. One move away, Westside Life, Holler at the Player, though. Thank y'all for coming through. Please like, subscribe, share, let's get these subscribers up, man, so we can start passing out some more of this content to these beautiful people out here, man. Go do something for a child today. Go do something for your child. Go do something for another child. Go do something for the community, man. This Dr. Crip, man. We out.